Hi, my name is JoAnn, and this is Artistry Collaborative. I'm so glad you're here today. Today, we are going to be working on this mixed media plaque. We are going to use a napkin for the background, and most of these items you'll find at the Dollar Tree. So it's very reasonable, very easy, very doable. So, as it is our motto at Artistry Collaborative, we just want you to try. So come along and let's try this together. Okay, so I found this panel. It actually said, what does it say here? Never stop dreaming. And so I didn't get all of this, but I used some sandpaper, and I'm going to just take all that glitter off, and then I'll probably cover it with some brown paper bag to cover the back. But on the other side was a nice clean slate, and so I put a layer of gesso. This is from Studio 71. I have no idea where I got it, but Liquitex makes it. Lots of art people make it. And then this is a napkin from the Dollar Tree. I get a lot of supplies from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm going to show you this napkin technique. I really love it because it's transparent and it just is just really cool. So when you're working with napkins, what you want to do, they come in 2 or 3 ply, sometimes 4, but mostly 2 or 3. So you want to separate it. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. But usually the first layer is easy. But this one is proving me wrong. Alright, so I have another trick. You take a piece of Scotch tape and you put it there and you carefully pull. My fingers do not want to work today. There we go. Alright. And so you pull that off. And you actually save these because I'll do another video on how you can utilize those. So I'm going to take different pieces of this. And the best way to cut a napkin, because it's very, very thin, is to just take some water and go around the image that you want. Now I don't go too close because you can, the water does flow and sometimes you might lose some of your image. So I don't go too close. And then you just pull apart what you want. Now I do want that butterfly, but I don't want it in this section. So I want that piece. And then I'm going to take this piece I think I may even take the music out and put it in separately. Yeah. Now the amazing thing about napkin art is that it loses its edges. So it doesn't, you don't see all this. It just really, it's very transparent and it's really cool. And then I'm going to do something like this. Yeah. So I kind of like this burgundy. Alright, so that's what I want. We're going to take some Mod Podge. You can use white clear glue. You can use gel medium. Anything that you have on hand will be good. And I'm going to put down a layer. It came with this hanger, and I may put that back. I may put something fancier like some ribbon to dress it up because this will look very vintagey. Though twine might work. I don't know. Again, it's an experiment. It's trial and error. And experimentation and just working with the different mediums, seeing how it goes. Now you want to work from the outside, the inside out, and be gentle because it is very fragile. And you can tell where you don't have enough glue, so you can just lift it and put it on there. Now you will get wrinkles, but I kind of like that, especially when I'm doing a vintage piece. This is a mixed media piece because we're going to just use all kinds of things, but I like the wrinkles. It gives it that aged look. And then we will do this. Now see, I don't really want all that, so I'm going to take off a little bit more. I'm going to come in like this and just take that off. Easy, easy peasy. Okay, and take a little bit more of this. Now what I could also have done is put some kind of text or maybe some old sheet music behind it, because I do like the theme of music. But you can always add on. I'm going to add on some musical elements anyway. But yeah. And even if I tear it, which I just did, again, it kind of adds to the vintage look that it's old and distressed and really cool. Really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to dry this. I use my embossing tool. Oh, where'd my light go? My embossing tool. But you can use a hairdryer, although it's not as strong. Or you can just wait overnight or a couple of hours. Usually this glue does not take long to dry at all. I'm going to dry this and I'm going to trim it, and I will be back. Okay, so this is fairly dry, and I have some colors here. I found this from my studio. It might be Michael's. It's burgundy. This is from Deco Art, and it's called Daffodil Yellow. And then this is from Folk Art, and this is Grass Green. But whatever napkin you use, find colors that coordinate. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on my thing here. And I'm going to blend all the white space. So, don't know how this will come out, but we'll see. A lot of these paints are very old, but you can still use them. Let me see. Maybe I'll use a paintbrush to get some of that out. Alright, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to use my finger and just go in here and just trying to make it all seem like one piece. Baby wipes are your best friend. I love my baby wipes. And so if you get it somewhere where you don't want it, you just wipe it down and it comes right up. Like that. don't know, I kind of like having my fingers in the paint. It, I guess, brings me back to my childhood. I don't know where it cut out, but I was saying when I cut the edges it was rough, so I used some Mod Podge and I just glued down those edges. And now we're just taking a little bit of paint and working it in to just get rid of the edges so that it kind of blends. I love these two colors together, the yellow and the red. I'm not even sure if it needs any green, but yeah. All right, your mat dries almost instantly, so I put it on very, very thin, so that's good. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some stencils. And I have these two stencils. This one is one of my favorites. It's by I call him Jim, but it's Tim Holtz. And I love it. And then we're gonna add some more music. So I have two things. I have modeling paste by Liquitex. And I also have, I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's a lightweight spackling. So I'll show you, there isn't much difference. So, you know, you can use a variety of different items. They don't have to be, because modeling paste can get kind of pricey. You can also, if you Google, you can make your homemade. I have made, like for my classes, when I give classes, I have made tubs of it. And it comes out fine. It's really easy. I think it's baking soda or baking baby powder and water and, oh, I forget. But it's out there. So if you know, budget is a problem, and who doesn't want to save money, you can also make your own. So I'm not going to do the whole stencil. I just do part of it. And I like to do, as you will hear me say many, many times on these videos, the power of odd numbers. It's just more attractive. So I'll probably do 3 to 5 little stencil areas. And you don't need a lot. Alright, so then you lift, and there. Okay, then we'll do a little down here, and I'm going to use the spackling. And as you can see, it's a little bit drier. You could probably add water. I don't know. But let's try. You can see the texture is a little different, but it's very smooth. And it goes on very nicely. And can't beat $1. Love the Dollar Tree. I love finding new things at the Dollar Tree and turning them into something else. Their plaques are very nice, but I like to just go that one step more, or 12 steps more, and do that. See? Very pretty. And sometimes if there's something you don't like, you can just pick it up, put it back there. Then we'll put a little music here. Do a little bit up here. This and this. think I want a little bit more of this. Maybe right there. Just this little flourish. Yeah, and so now we have even more texture. So I'm going to dry this and I will be back. Okay, so I've looked through my stash and I've gathered some things that I think are going to work on here. The hardest thing I have about this is deciding on what words I want to put. But my daughter has this calendar a day, quote a day calendar that she buys every year, and they have these incredible uplifting quotes every day, and so we save them. And so I found this because I think that the theme and the colors go perfectly, but I don't like to just do flat, so I found this piece of wood that I had from another project, and I'm going to put that on there. Now I did back this because it's just a piece of paper, like magazine type paper, and I put a piece of cardboard behind it with Mod Podge, and then I just put some gold around the edge because some of this does show, but I'm going to glue that on there, and then I'm going to put that on there. And then I have a bunch of these frames. I believe they're from Tim Holtz. I could be wrong, but I will put a link on there so that you can find them. And so I'm, gathering up. This is a little thing I probably got clearance somewhere, and I'm just gathering some flowers and some buttons and some metal, and I think I like this piece, some buttons, yeah, and little angel, and put a button here, maybe this button here, a little more red, a little more gold, yeah. And I don't know, I thought maybe this might go. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. But before I do that, I have these pastes. They're called Luxe Paints, but I think they're more of a paste. But they're by Art Company. And this one is gold. This one is called Silver Gold. And this one is Walnut Brown. And so I'm just going to dip my finger in, and you just need a little bit, and rub it on the raised parts. Now you can always add a little bit of water to make it move a little bit more, and get your handy dandy, where did it go? We'll get another one, baby wipe. Always have plenty of those. And you can move it around if you think it's too deep. Push it in there. I'm going to get a little of this walnut brown. I like this color, it's very pretty. And put some of that in there. Now that's really, really dark. But again, we add the water. Move it in, and it ages it, and it's awesome. And you put a little about this all around the edges, so it makes it a little bit uniform. then we'll add a little bit of this silver gold. I just think that it, you know, it highlights the piece, gives it a little more bling. Who doesn't like bling? I love my bling. And just work that in. Just a highlight. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. And for this, I did paint, I used this Martha Stewart's yellow gold metallic paint just for the edges because, like I said, it does show. So I'm going to Mod Podge that down, and I'm going to glue these down. Now, I use Mod Podge for a lot of things, but for this I'm going to use E6000 because they're heavy elements and you want them to stay put. So I'm going to put everything down with the E6000. I will tell you that the cheapest place I found it is in Walmart. So if you're there, definitely pick some up because it is the best. It is the strongest. And what I do is I put something heavy on it to hold it there till it stays. And I love this one because I think the color goes really well, especially now that I put that walnut stain. I think that works really well. I'm going to put that there. Let's see, I think I wanted to put this here. I think we'll put a button underneath it. Keep it raised up. Like so. Put a little bit of flowers. These are some of my favorite colors too. I love burgundies. My go-to color always used to be purple. And then about 5 years ago, I just really got into teal. Well, I had moved to Florida too, so, you know, all that coastal color. I think teal just became very appealing to me. And right now that is my color of choice. Let's see, maybe we put this up here. We'll put this down here, like so. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe it hides too much. Should we put this? Should we put some more of this? Definitely needs something. Put more gold pieces. Let's put this. And let's see. Well, maybe a leaf. Maybe that's what it needs. E6000 does dry quickly, but not so quick that you can't move it around a bit. So you do have time to switch things, change things. I'm going to get a little more red. In here. And of course you can always, oh, I think I'll put that there, the center of the flower. I think that looks good. Yeah. Alright. And the one thing about E6000 is it just keeps coming out and coming out and coming out. So I hate waste. Absolutely hate waste. So I'm going to put that. Do I want it down up more? What do I want? I don't really want to color the flower. Yeah, we'll do it down here. Okay, and then we're going to take, I have one cut out, maybe I don't. Cover up your products right away because, oh, we didn't put any pearls. Let's put some pearls because they will dry out very quickly. And they're very expensive, so you don't, I mean, a lot of things you can just add water to, but why do that to yourself when you don't have to? Alright, I'm going to cut another one of these because I can't find the one that I cut. On there, like so. I feel like it needs no, I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think it's fine. No, you know what? It's bottom heavy. It needs a little something on the top. Okay, I'm going to go and search my stash and I will be back. Alright, so looking through my stash, I found some butterflies, and this one I think complements it the best, but I wanted it to look a little more antique-y, so I took out my archival ink by Ranger. This one's called Vintage Photo. Lots of mixed media and journal people use it all the time. It just really helps to age the pieces and not look like cutouts. So I'm just going around the edges and darkening it up. A lot of times too they'll take and distress the edges a little bit so it doesn't look so perfect. We don't like perfect, we like real looking. And I thought, well, you know, I really should do this quote too. So let's just take a little of this and go around the edges, and right away you got a little bit of aging going on. Yeah. Perfect. Alright, so going to take a little bit more glue. We're going to, I also, these butterflies came from the Dollar Tree too. And so, but what I did is I glued the two together so that no matter which side you're looking at, you get to see the butterfly. And that's how butterflies really look. And so there's the piece. I hope you really liked it. I hope you go and try it. If you like the videos, please subscribe to the channel and like it. And there should be a bell. If you hit the bell, it will tell you every time I upload a new video. I hope to do 1 to 2 a week, and all different types of crafting, and journaling and mixed media and clay and who knows whatever comes up. But I'm so grateful that you watched and are watching, and please share it with your friends. Share it on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, all those fun things. And thank you so much, and remember, keep on creating.